Hi everyone, I would like to show you, well, it's a little bit show and tell of how I made this page in my art journal, and after I will explain it, I'm going to use the same technique and make something similar in another art journal I have, always working on several. So basically it started with a mistake, if you can call it that. When I was making this journal, I needed a lot of flowers to frame this image and this image. So I've taken several scrapbook paper and started to punch them with this punch to have all these flowers. And when I was finished with all these flowers, I was left with strips of paper that of course I didn't throw out. And it doesn't matter what you use. This is the back of a sticker set that I've kept. As you can see, I've already punched here butterflies, and basically I'm just taking my punch and starting to move along the edge like this. Oops. And when I'm finished, I need to cut this strip out because you can't move along with your punch. It just can't go inside. So I'm cutting this. Here I've got a strip. Here I've got my flowers. And now I can move along and start another one. But I don't need it right now. It was for the demonstration. So this page, I was left with lots and lots of this kind of stuff that I've glued down, several horizontal, several forgot the forgot the word, never mind, you know what I mean. And I've glued it down and just left it because I didn't know what to do with it. So it was left like that until I had some kind of epiphany. So the next step was to I've gessoed all over it. After gessoing, I've used this kind of paints. I found it in an office supply store. Didn't know quite what they were. It looked like gelatos, and it wasn't very expensive. So I said to myself, what can you lose? Basically, it's Campus Basic Poster Paint crayon sticks. Whatever. I didn't know what to do with them, but I bought them all the same. And when after the gesso was dry here, I started just putting from these paints purple, blue, light blue, green, and then activated it with brush and water. When this was all dry, I went in with my white glue to seal everything, and then I punched another painted paper I had that was marbled with the technique with the shaving cream. So I've punched that paper and made this flower. The stem of the flower is just 3D paint with glitter. So basically this is it. And now moving along to another art journal I have, and I'm going to use the same technique but doing something different because it's boring to do the same thing again. And I've got these strips and I've got my flowers, and I'm going to start gluing the strips down in all kinds of places. I don't really know where and how. Something like that. Even yeah, something like that. And then I want to glue a bunch of the flowers here, and it will be like negative and positive. I'm not trying to match them, just so the impression will be of negative and positive. And when everything will be glued down, I'm going to go all over it with gesso and again with these paints. So I'm going to glue everything down and then I'll come back. Hi, so everything is glued down and now I'm just going to go all over this with gesso, and I don't care about the color. I just care about the texture that I got from putting all these pieces. I'll probably make two coats of gesso. This is a gesso I made and I think it's too thin, and the paper I used to punch is a little bit glossy, so I rather be safe than sorry, and I'll make two coats of the gesso. Of course I needed it to dry the first layer, and when I've put these strips here I cut them down. It was too thick to fold on the crease, so I just cut it and continue gluing it on the next page. So this is it for now. I'm going to continue with the gesso and also make a second coat, and then I'll come back after it's dry. I'm back and it's dry. I'm going to start with this kind of paints, but I think if you don't have anything like this, or gelatos, or any crayons that react with water, you can use sprays, you can use watercolors. It doesn't have to be this. So I'm just putting it down and taking a soft brush dipped with water and starting to activate it. And it takes a little bit of patience. It doesn't always get to the intensity that I want in the first layer. So I just keep on until I'm satisfied with the color. And I do try to let it get into all this inside all this texture that I've built. I like to go from a darker color inside into a lighter color. It gives the page more depth. And of course going between the two colors, so there will be some kind of blending. More water. Okay, I think I will add more a darker color on the outside. I just need it to dry. If I don't want to create mud between the colors, it's better that I will wait for it to dry. I think I even going to put a coat of white glue so it will be sealed, and then I'll keep on working on my adding more color to this layer. So I'll be back when it's dry. I'm back. So I have got here, this is a metallic green paint, emerald, and I'm just going to thin it down with water. And I'm going to go all around my edges. And I hope it will give it more definition, and I hope the metallic paint will put a little shine to this whole page. And I'm trying to blend it in. I don't want harsh lines between my colors. Again, I'm using a soft brush so it can get inside all the, what do you call it, crooks and crannies. I think that's the word. Now, if you want, when you're putting texture on your page and you want it even more pronounced, then when everything is dry, you can go in with a little bit of gold or silver and just go around all the edges, and it will give it more definition. This time I just don't want to. I really like it as it is. Just checking to see that I've got darker edges and that I've got blending between colors. Okay, I like it. So now for the focal point. It's going to be some kind of flower, big surprise. So I'm going to use, I've already showed you in other videos, when I have a lot of scraps of napkins or any other stuff, I start gluing them down on, this is just printer paper, and then I have something to work with and make unique embellishments, because it will always be unique. You can never know what will come out of it. So basically what I've done, I've cut 3 circles, inked around the edges, glued the 3 of them down, and put this kind of bling, pearlescent, I don't know what to call it, sticker. So here is the same again, 3 circles that I'm going to glue down, ink around the edges, and This is going to be all from these scraps of paper napkins. So gluing before you glue the three layers of each flower, it's better to ink around the edges so you can get in. And I'm taking my archival ink pad, and I need a sponge. This is a makeup sponge. Just going around my circle like this. It gives it more definition and it looks more, I don't know, 3D. More dimensional. That's it. So I'm going to continue, then glue this down, and I'll be back. I'm back with my flowers, and now I'm going to glue them down, and I'm only going to make a little bit crease here so it would be easier to glue where the seam is. If you are trying to make this kind of flowers, don't try for symmetry. I think, at least I think they look better where they are not symmetrical and each circle is going its own way. Okay, so now this is a permanent marker, a Winsor & Newton brush marker, and I'm just going to draw some kind of stem. Just whimsical flowers. Okay, so this is it for now. I'm quite pleased with it. I hope you found this technique interesting with building up the textures again from scraps, from leftovers. And this is it for now. Bye.